liquid o gas. Suma sa kong naingon gan karong adlaw, mao ang paghulagway o pagklasipikar sa mga butang sumala sa solid, liquid o gas. Sunda ang module nga imong gigunitan karon ug paminawag tarong ang inyong magtutuginang Ruby Ann E. Dumukmat. Kung andam na kamo, ani ana si Ginang Ruby Ann bayan sa Kidapawan.
Every day I go to school. I meet my friends. And we all say, hello, 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 hello. How are you? I'm good, I'm great, I'm good, I'm great. How about you? Hello, 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 hello. How are you? Good, I'm great. How about you? La 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 la. Hey, la 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 la. Hey.
Maayong adlaw mga bata sa ikatulong ang-ang. Kumusta ka mo? Hinaot nga naa ka mo sa maayong panglawas samtang nagapaminaw ni ining Sibya. Una kita magsugod sa atong pagtulunan karong adlaw. Buot na kong mahibalaan kung ginasunod ba ninyo ang mga sugyot sa World Health Organization o Department of Health mahitungod sa minimum health protocol batok sa COVID-19. Sige daw, unsa-unsa kini? Sakto, ang paglikay sa mga lugar nga daghan og tawo. Kung dili man malikayan nga makaadto kita o ang atong kauban sa panimalay, magsuot og face mask og face shield. Magpalayo sa ubang tawo og at least usa ka metro, unya likayan ang pagunit sa atong mga mata, baba og ilong tungod kay dinhi moagi ang virus nga hinungdan sa COVID-19. Dayon, mogamit og alcohol og sanitizer aron malimpyo ang atong kamot ug labing maayo kung mahugasan nato ang atong mga kamot gamit ang sabon ug limpyong tubig. O kaya, maligo inig-uli sa balay kung gikan kita sa gawas o pampublikong lugar. Husto, kamaayo ninyo. Hinaot nga padayon nyo kanang buhaton aron malikayan nato ang pagkaylap sa maong pandemya. Hangtod nga kini mapildi na gyud nato. 5 ka palakpak alang kaninyong tanan. Magsugod karong semana ang atong pagtulunan sa eskwela sa tuig 2020-2021. Daghan kitang pagsulay nga naagian sa niaging tuig ug karong tuiga. Apan maisugo nato kining giatubang kauban ang atong pamilya, higala, classmates ug maestra. Apil na ang pamunuan sa Department of Health, ingon man ang local government unit o ang atong gobyerno. Ang akong pagsaludo. Samtang kamo nagapundo sa inyong panimalay, samtang kamo gatabang og panarbaho dinha, aduna ba kamoy namatikdan mahitungod sa mga material o mga butang nga anaa sa inyong panimalay? Pananglitan, unsa ang mga butang nga inyong mamahimong magunitan? Unsa ang dili? Adunay ba'y butang nga dili ninyo makitaan? Apan nakahibalo kamo nga anaa kini? Mamahimo ba ninyo kining panganlan? Sige daw. Samtang kamo galingkod og nagapaminaw kanako, unsa-unsa ang mga butang nga mamahimo ninyong maggunitan, unya adunay porma. Kanang maski asa ninyo ibutang, mao gihapon ang iyang porma. Sakto, ang inyong radyo o ang cellphone. Ang radyo o cellphone nga inyong ginapaminawan karon usa lamang sa pananglitan sa mga butang nga mamahimo ninyong magunitan. Nganuman, tungod kay kini solid. Utrohon nako, ang radyo o cellphone kay solid. Ang solid, kung atong pagatan-awon, adunay porma. Ang radyo o cellphone, mamahimong rectangular ang porma. Aduna kini katasun o kalaparo kining magunitan. Kasagaran, gahi kini. Sakto ba ang akong giingon? Sakto. Ang radyo o cellphone, usa lamang kapananglitan sa mga butang nga solid. Mamahimo ba ninyong utrohon og ikalimang beses ang pulong nga solid? Bago alang kaninyo ang pulong nga solid, tungod kay unang tuig ninyo nga aduna kamoy subject nga science. Ang uban siguro nga mahilig mo basa, umutan-aw sa YouTube, nakadungog na sa pulong nga solid. Apan kasagaran kaninyo, karon pa nakadungog ni ini nga pulong. Gusto ba ninyong madungagan ang inyong kaalam mahitungod sa solid? Ang solid mga bata, gawas sa deskripsyon nga akong nahatag ug inyo nang namatikdan, aduna pay laing kalidad. Aduna kini kagahion, kadakon, tekstura ug kolor ug kabugaton. Kung moingon kita og kagahion, mamahimo kining gahi o humok sama sa radyo o cellphone. Inigunit dinyo ni ini, gahi kini. Aduna kinay porma ug kagahion tungod kay duol sa usag-usa ang molecules niini. Ang molecules gikalangkuban sa gagmayng particles nga ginatawag og atoms. Ang atom mao ang kinagamyan nga particle sa matter. Ang bangko nga inyong ginalingkuran mamahimong gahi o humok. Kung aduna kinay foam o panapton, mamahimo kining humok. Ang bangko, usa-usab ka pananglitan sa matter. Sa pormang, solid. Kasagaran, ang bangko nga inyong ginalingkuran, hamis or humok. Aron, dili ka mo masamad iniglingkod. Hamis ug humok ang tekstura sa bangko. Apan usahay, dili na tumalikayan nga makalingkod kita sa bato gawas sa atong balay kung kita nagadula. Diba paras katong naapod kita sa eskwelahan. Ang bato, usa ka pananglitan sa solid. Gahi, adunay porma, pwedeng lingin o oval, ug adunay teksturang gaspang o dili hamis. Usahay, sakit kini sa atong sampot lingkuran. Ang bato mga bata, usa ka pananglitan sa solid base sa mga paghulagway nga akong gihatag. Ang mga nahisgutan nga pananglitan usahay dagko, usahay gagmay. Dungag nga pananglitan, dako ang track, gamay ang punuan, gamay ang lansang. Ang kadakon, usa-usab sa nagahulagway sa kinaiya sa solid. Nakuha ba ninyo kung unsa ning solid mga bata? Sakto, ang solid mao ang mga butang nga adunay porma, kadakon, kagahion, tekstura, kolor ug kabugaton. lang idungag ang uban ni ining kalidad tungod kay human ninyo nga maobserbahan ang ubang kalidad ni ini sama sa kolor ug kabugaton, dali na lang ninyo kining masabtan. Mamahimo kini nga gaan kaayo, bugat, ug bugat kaayo. Dagan pang solid, tang kamo gapaminaw kanako. Ang inyong ballpen, papel, bag, tsinelas, sapatos, libro, baunan, lamesa, pipila lamang sa mga solid nga anaa sa inyong palibot. Nakuha ba ninyo ang akong buot ipasabot, mga bata? Tulo ka buok ang porma o phases o states of matter. Nauna na natong nahisgutan ang solid. Ang ikaduha, mao ang liquid, ug ang ikatulo, mao ang gas. Sige ragod atong utrohon, solid, liquid o gas ang tulo ka porma sa matter. Tanang butang sa atong palibot ginatawag og matter. Ang matter nagaokupar og lugar ug adunay mass. Mamahimo natong ingnon nga kabugaton. Mamahimong bugat o gaan kaayo o bugat kaayo kini. Nasundan ba ninyo ang akong buot ipasabot, mga bata? Very good. Karon sa inyong paglingkod, mamahimong aduna kamoy tubig nga giandam aron inyong imnon kun kamo uhawon. Ang tubig usa ka pananglitan sa butang nga anaa sa pormang liquid. Kung inyong namatikdan, lahi-lahi ang porma o shape sa tubig. Ginasunod ni ini ang porma sa inyong sudlanan. Buot ipasabot, kung ang tubig nga anaa sa inyong atubangan nakasulod sa baso, ang porma ni ini nagsunod sa porma sa baso. Sakto ba ako? Kung tapad ni ini ang pitsil, ang tubig sulod sa pitsil, murapod og pitsil ang porma ni ini. Kung anaa kini sa galon, butilya o dispenser, ang porma ni ini pareho sa inyong sudlanan. Sakto ba, mga bata? Matuod, tungod kay ang tubig, usa ka pananglitan sa butang o matter nga anaa sa pormang liquid. Ang liquid, mga bata, walay kaugalingong porma. Dili siya pareho sa solid. Gasunod lamang kini sa porma sa iyahang sudlanan. Ang liquid, muagas o mutulo tungod kay wala kini kaugalingong porma. Dili pareho sa solid. Ang hinungdan ni ini, mao ang kalagyo sa iyahang molecules. Adunay liquid na tamis sama sa dugos. Adunay aslum sama sa limonsito. Aduna usab liquid nga adunay baho sama sa pintura. Inig sulod sa liquid, pananglitan tubig sa sudlanan, iokupar ni ini ang lugar sulod sa sudlanan. Gani, kung mosobra, mayabo kini. Buot ipasabot, napuno na sa liquid ang sulod sa sudlanan. Nalipay ba kamo sa inyong nahibalaan, mga bata? Very good. Unsa-unsa pa kaha ang mga pananglitan sa mga butang sa sulod sa inyong panimalay nga liquid? Tanaw daw sa palibot, be? Tama. Juice, toyo, suka, mantika, liquid soap, shampoo, lotion, Very good. Nasabdan na ninyo ang duha ka porma sa matter o mga butang. Karon adto kita sa ikatulo, ang gas. Ang gas mga bata, usa gihapon ka matter tungod kay muokupar kini og lugar og adunay mas o kabugaton. Dili nato kini makit-an, apan ato kining mabati. Dili multo ang atong ginahisgutan mga bata ha? Matuod kini. Butang nga mabati, apan dili makit-an. Ang tawag, gas. Unsa ganito mga bata? Gas. Pananglitan sa gas mga bata mao ang hangin. Hangin nga magpabugnaw, inigigangan kita. Hangin nga mabati nato, gikan sa electric fan. Hangin nga atong ginaginhawa o ginagawa sa atong baba, ingon man ang hangin sulod sa atong tiyan usahay, ug ang atong fart o utot. Pipila lamang kini sa pananglitan sa gas. Ang hangin nga atong ginaginhawa, ginatawag og oxygen. Usa ka pananglitan sa gas. Ang hangin nga nagagawa sa atong baba, ginatawag og carbon dioxide. Uban pang pananglitan sa gas, mao ang aso gikan sa gabukal nga tubig o steam. Aso gikan sa tambutso. Aso sa siga o daob ni mama. Ingon man ang kalayo. Ang kalayo anaa sa pormang gas. Apil usab sa gas ang panganod o clouds. Ang clouds mga bata dili kani solid. Gas kini.
Radyo ESKWELA.
Inihahatid sa inyo ng With Love John Foundation Incorporated sa ilalim ng pamumuno ni Dr. Bernie Miguel sa pakikipagtulungan ng Department of Education, Kidapawan City Division, Provincial Government of Cotabato at ng Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation. Ang Radyo ESKWELA. Sa kinakaharap na krisis ng ating bansa, ang pag-aaral at pagtututo ay di dapat mahinto. Edukasyon, ating isulong. Ito ang DepEd Radyo ESKWELA. Radyo ESKWELA, Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Ganap na alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga at alas 3 hanggang alas 4 ng hapon. Radyo ESKWELA sa DXND, Radyo Bida.
Radyo ESKWELA.
Magatoy na himong review nato no sa Science Grade 3 o Kaubang Gladys, padayon ta sa ato ang review sa
Okay, so padayon ta sa ato ang review para sa ato ang Science Grade 4. Ang pangutana, Grade 4 learners, andam na ba mo?
we suppose andam na. Here we go.
Radyo ESKWELA.
Good morning, little scientist. Welcome once again in our School on the Air in Science class. It's a brand new day and it's time to unlock a new chapter of adventure as we continue to learn science. I'm sure you are now ready to learn and explore another lesson for today. Go to your table now, focused, and let's get started. This time, I would like you to get your self-learning module in Science 4 for you to be guided in our lesson for today's broadcast. Our objective is to describe changes in solid materials when they are bent, pressed, hammered, or cut. Again, Our objective for today's broadcast is to describe changes in solid materials when they are bent, pressed, hammered, or cut. In your previous lesson, you were able to classify materials based on their different abilities. Before we move on to our next lesson, let us recall what are those abilities. Open your module on page 7 and let us try answering activity named Arrange to Reveal under what's in part of your module. Wow! Good job, kids! I'm happy that you can still remember your past lessons. Keep it up! Don't you know that the three phases of matter possess different characteristics such as size, shape, color, texture, and weight? This all describes its physical properties, and all of this may undergo change. In this lesson, we will understand how things change. So now, your radio teacher will introduce our lesson for today. So sit back, relax, and be sure your module is ready.
Good day, kids! This is your radio teacher. I'm Teacher Lenny B. Montero from Kidapawan City Division. I am so happy today to be with you, to explore and have fun while learning science. Are you excited? I'm sure you are. Let us now proceed to our lesson for today. Matter is all around us, but it doesn't always stay the same. It can change in many different ways. In this lesson, we are going to take a closer look on the changes that occur in solid materials. Are you ready to find out how to change solid and what are the changes that take place? In this activity, you will think of some ways by which you could change the solid materials and observe the changes that happen to each material. Are you excited to find out the changes? Open your module on page 9 and look for activity 1, named Observing Changes in Matter. Our objective for this activity is to describe changes that happened in solid materials. Don't forget the instructions given. Write your observations on the table and don't forget to answer the guide questions. You can answer it later after our broadcast.
Hello, kids! I'm sure you have some questions now in your mind. But don't worry, your radio teacher will now have her discussion to answer your questions. So better be ready and listen to your radio teacher.
Remember, kids, solid materials has definite shape and volume. You can hold it and it can be changed through many ways. By cutting, tearing, folding, twisting, bending, stretching, pressing, coloring, crumpling, melting, and others. Such actions may change the material size, shape, texture, color, and other characteristics or properties.
To have full understanding about our recent activity, your radio teacher will now give you the key concepts to sum up the important things that you need to remember. So pay attention, kids. Take it away, Teacher Lenny.
Hello! How was your understanding about your activity? Do you know what's the meaning of bent? Bent means to form a curve by pushing or pulling from a straight form. Solid materials, when bent, may change their size and shape, but no new material form. Some solids return to their original form when bent, but some cannot. They might break into pieces, but only the physical appearance of the material is changed.
You're doing great, kids! We have prepared a lot of activities for you to work on. It's about time for our third activity entitled Change in Solid Materials When They Are Pressed, which can be found on page 11 of your module. Be attentive as your radio teacher will discuss to you our third activity.
Kids, we are here to investigate once again about the changes that happens to solid materials when pressed. Record your observations before and after pressing the materials. Write your answers in the given table and in the proper column. Answer its guide question in a sentence correctly. After this, take your time in doing your activity. I know that you can do it. Enjoy your time in learning.
I know you can't wait any longer, but we will give you time later to perform your activity. So hang on and pay attention as your radio teacher will explain in detail the important concepts for you to fully understand.
Hi there! When solid materials are pressed, they undergo physical change. No new substance is formed, but it changes its size, shape, form, and texture. I know, kids, that you have a great idea about it. Have a good work as always.
So, are you enjoying your learning experience? I'm pretty sure you are. Meanwhile, stay still and be ready for our next activity to explore. The title is Change in Solid Materials When They Are Hammered. Turn on to page 12 of your module and lend your ear to Teacher Lenny to follow correctly the instructions given.
Hi! Once again, let us discover another way by which you could change the solid materials and observe the changes that happen. We are now on activity 4. In this activity, you will describe what happens to solid materials when hammered. There is a list of materials that you need and the steps on what to do. Read the instructions carefully. Be sure to record your observations before and after the things hammered using the given table. The last part of this activity is answering the guide questions, and be sure to answer it in a sentence. After this, I will give you enough time to answer the given activities. It was so nice to know that you are all smart.
So, can you still follow? Mind all the instructions given by your radio teacher. To find out more about Activity 4, continue to be motivated and focused to master the concepts that will be shared by your teacher on the air. Back to you, Teacher Lenny.
Kids, are you still there? We all know that solid materials undergo changes when exposed to certain conditions, such as force or pressure. Solid materials can be hammered. When hammered, these materials may change their size, shape, and texture. But no new material is formed, and only the physical appearance is changed. For you to gain more knowledge, let yourself engage in the activity. Can you do it? I'm sure you can.
You're on the right track. I'm glad that while you stay focused, you gain understanding. But that doesn't end there. Have you tried cutting using a scissor or knife? It's time to investigate activity number 5. Changes in solid materials when they are cut, on page 14 of your module. Keep your ears open as you listen once again to the voice of your radio teacher.
Hello, kids. Let's continue our adventure. Are you ready? At the end of this activity, you are expected to describe what happens to solid materials when they are cut. Look at the list of materials that you will be using to perform the activity, wherein you need an extra care in handling and never play with sharp materials. Read and follow each direction carefully. Fill in the table properly and answer the guide questions in a sentence form. You will be given an ample time to finish this activity. I'm hoping that you will have more fun to learn this learning by doing activities. Keep it up!
Can you still follow? Kids, bear in mind all the given instructions by your radio teacher and stay focused. By doing so, I will assure you to have a very fruitful learning experience. At this point, let us all listen once again to your teacher for further explanation. Don't forget to write important details.
Well, let's learn together about changes that happens in solid materials when cut. When solid materials are cut, these materials may change their size, shape, and texture. Only the physical appearance changed, and no new material is formed. However, not all solid materials can be cut using simple scissors. Some solid materials such as iron and steel can be cut using sophisticated cutters, like metal cutters or machine cutters. I'm so thankful that you are still there and very active in participating in the test given. Don't you know, kids, that more exciting activities are waiting for you? Have more fun in learning.
The exploration doesn't end here. There's one more to go. This time, let us combine all the learning you had from our first activity. This will sum up all the tasks given. Stay still and keep focused. Don't forget to smile as you listen once again to the voice of your radio teacher.
Hi! Coming up next is a great learning, wherein you can have the chance to learn across the previous experimental learnings. Let's have Activity 6 on pages 15 to 16 of your module. which entitled What Happens to the Solid Materials When Bent, Pressed, Hammered, or Cut. You need to describe what happens to solid materials when bent, pressed, hammered, or cut. In this activity, study closely its picture in the first column. You will fill in the second column as to bent, pressed, hammered, or cut. And the third column are the changes that took place to each material when it was exposed to certain changes. Answer the guide questions after doing the activity later. Do it well, kids! I hope you are all having fun.
You're doing well, kids. This time, Teacher Lenny will now check your understanding, so pay attention.
At this point, let us check your knowledge about how did you learn by answering. What is it? On pages 17 to 18 of your module. Look at the illustrations and identify its way of changing solids. Another challenging activity is the answering of concept mapped. Write the changes that happened and on how this make our life easier and more comfortable.
And we're back on our School on the Air for Grade 4 Science. Are you still there? Listen closely as I will give to you a recap of all the learnings you had for today's broadcast. There are many kinds of materials found on Earth. These materials provide us countless useful ways, but all these materials undergo certain changes. And one of the changes is physical change. When force is applied to matter, matter may change in size, shape, and texture. However, the material is still the original matter. For example, pounding a piece of chalk. Was there change after pounding it? Yes, you are exactly right. The chalk turns to powder, but the composition is still the same. Still, it is a chalk. Because chalk is a solid, and the molecules of solid are very close to each other compared to liquid and gas. That is the reason why solids are hard and why we can hold them. It has definite size, shape, color, and texture. But it can be changed in so many ways, like cutting, tearing, bending, twisting, pressing, crumpling, hammering, melting, and others. Although the size, shape, texture, and other physical characteristics and properties change, still there is no new material formed because it only undergoes physical change. Now you know. It seems that you are having fun, and at the same time, you are all learning. Well done, kids! So it's time to unlock the third level of adventure. Better be ready and follow Teacher Lenny.
In what I can do, part of your module, you will analyze its situation. Think on how you can solve it and relate it to our present situation. Write your answer in the space provided for each number. You will be given enough time to answer. Your brilliant ideas are of great help to enhance your understanding. Come on, kids. You can do it.
Don't you know, kids, that we are almost done? You are all amazing. Well, that is because you are doing a good job. Do you agree with me, Teacher Lenny?
Absolutely yes, Teacher Jem. Well, we got loads of new and interesting learnings in our science class. Always remember that studying science helps our understanding of the world around us. You know, I feel great for I had the pleasure of spending the day with you kids. Thank you so much for tuning in to our School on the Air. This is Teacher Lenny. See you next time.
What an amazing experience you had with Teacher Lenny, one of the high-caliber teachers, pride of Kidapawan City Division. Truly, it was a fun-filled experience doing it all with her. We are now at the final stage of our adventure. In this part, let us check your understanding by answering the following questions. Be sure to do your best, keep your notes, and be honest in answering the assessment part of your module, which can be found on page 22. After answering, please proceed to the additional activity part of your module on page 24. Worry not, it was just a 5-item test. So easy beasy lemon squeezy. It was indeed an awesome learning experience as you discover all the changes that happened to solid materials after it was cut, pressed, hammered, and bent. I am 100% sure that you mastered our lesson for today. Congratulations, kids! Well done! If there are parts that you feel confused, just write your questions at the back part of your module, or you can text directly your advisor. They are all ready to be of help with your concerns. The learning never ends and the fun will continue. For next week, another activities awaits and it's all about the changes in solid materials when mixed with other materials. Until next time, this is Teacher Gemma Carvalho, your host for today's broadcast. Happy to serve you. Always remain open to learn new things. If you don't learn, you will not grow. So bye for now. Have a great day and God bless everyone.
Radyo ESKWELA.
Alright, we would like to say thank you very much to
Yes.
Ma'am Lenny Montero and Gemma Carvalho.
Yes, congratulations to our science team and of course kay Ma'am Lourdes Kahulugan.
Okay, basig matinga sila, review lang yun to ha, kay dugay naman na ninyo na ansiran ang atong module. So murag agig pasada na lang kung doon na mo'y na wa na anseran, wa na agian, so at least ma-review
Ma-review
ninyo.
mo. Okay, so congratulations sa ato mga grade 3 and grade 4 learners og syempre sa ato mga ginikanan nga mitapad gyud og miduyog gyud sa ilahang mga anak aron na maanseran tong mga areas nga medyo nalibog ang ato ang mga anak. So congratulations kay I'm sure karon daghan gid sila natun-an no kay susama sa giingon ni Ma'am Gemma ganina ang learning. Okay, our learning never ends. Tapos ang
Never
fun, okay, ang fun continue
Nalang siya
gyud.
diha.
Oh, nalang siya diha.
Okay, ugmang adlaw padayon gipunta sa atong pag-review at ang ninyo ugmang adlaw ang English ug ang Filipino.
Okay, grade
Uh, Nabay English ang grade 1, no?
Okay.
Wala, grade
Sige,
2,
check
grade
lang na
2.
to. Grade 2 and grade 3 siguro ugma. So atangan ninyo na ha ang English. So iandam daan ang inyong mga module para ugma diretso na ta, no, para mas dugay-dugay gyud ang ato ang pagtuki sa mga items diha sa inyohang mga module.
Alright, so time for us to manamilit, di ba?
Okay, it's time for us to say bye-bye for now, mga higala, no? Daghang salamat gid sa ato ang mga ginikanan, sa ato ang mga learners, sa ato ang mga sponsors, sa mga suking tagapaminaw sa With Love John Foundation Incorporated headed by Dr. Bernie Miguel, and ato ang coordinator diri sa Dakbayan sa Kidapawan, Sir Ian Domingo. Daghang salamat gyud kay sa balik-balik namong ginaingon murag mahimong imposible gyud ni ang programa sa Radyo Eskwela kung wala gyud mo nga nagasuporta sa programa. Daghang salamat pod sa ato ang Department of Education Kidapawan City Division headed by SDS Omar A. Obas, inubanan sa ato ang ASDS Natividad Ocon ug sa ato ang CID Chief Dr. Milrose Peralta, and sa ato ang RBI Coordinator, thank you so much Ma'am Shirley Dua. Ug mapuhon mga higala, uban-uban ta 10 to 11 a.m. sa buntag. Naingon na ikog AM, no? Og 3 to 4 PM
sa hapon.
Maguman-uban ta mga higala. Daghang salamat. Kini si Gladys Mir Pontongan.
Daghang salamat sa Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation, ang duha ka mga dagkong istasyon sa Soc-Sargen, ang DXMS Radyo Bida Cotabato City 882 ug ang DXND Radyo Bida Kidapawan City 747. Siyempre, sa ngalan na lamang ni Crisel Dayan Sampani Binyes, hatod ka nato kining programa sa With Love John Foundation Incorporated ug sa ngalan pod sa Department of Education Kidapawan City Division. Mao kana ang ato ang duhang hugna, no, karong adlaw sa pagpresentar sa radio-based instruction pinaagi sa programang Radyo ESKWELA. Ako ang inyong higala, Marlon Bulasa, nga nagaingon, taliwala ni ining pandemya, kitang tanan, we should be a fighter, not a quitter.
Inyong napakinggan ang Radyo Eskwela, programang inihatid ng With Love John Foundation Incorporated sa ilalim ng pamumuno ni Dr. Bernie Miguel sa pakikipagtulungan ng Department of Education, Kidapawan City Division, Provincial Government of Cotabato at ng Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation. Radyo Eskwela, hanggang sa susunod na pagsasahing papawid. Maraming salamat.
Radyo Bida. Radyo Bida. 747 sa iyong mga bigitan. Dito